This is what my attention span looks like these days. The only way I can focus on reading is through audiobooks. Also, the multitasking is kind of addicting. I can walk my dog, I can do the dishes, yet sometimes I miss the feeling of turning a page. I've come up with a perfect solution. I'll simply hop on a plane and go to Texas for a 24-hour reading challenge with my bestie Riley.
It's time for the 13 Nights of Sarrowweed.
Okay, besties, it is currently 9:53 a.m. and we are going to begin our 24 hours at 10 a.m. Riley did want to do earlier, but 9:53 a.m. is already very early for me. I also did go to bed at 4 a.m.
You messed up.
The other day we went to Riley's house to pick out the books that we wanted to read for today because the big challenge for me, as you guys know, is that I'm gonna physically read. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I am gonna stick to novellas because this girl doesn't physically read that often. I'm not trying to overwork myself. I definitely think I'm gonna do An Excellent Host.
Yes.
By Chelsea G. Summers because I know I had some from your Tea or Chocolate that I wanted. Ooh, maybe Things Have Gotten Worse.
Oh, yes.
By Eric LaRocca.
Do you want any, like, romance? Or no, you're not feeling romance. You don't like romance.
Maybe. I wouldn't want a romance novella. Maybe just a romance that's not too long that you think I'd like. So this is my stack. I have Thornhedge. I have Out There by Kate Folk, which is a short story collection. This is fantasy. Then I have El Race, which is sci-fi fantasy. Yeah. And then I have An Excellent Host, which is like a very short story, unhinged women vibes. Yes. And then
that's
The Murders horror.
Yeah, horror.
And then we have
More horror.
Which I think those are the things that are like good to get through in like a 24-hour. And then we have cozy sci-fi.
Time travel lesbians.
Which we love.
Gay fae.
And then
Robots. Sci-fi robots.
So I think this is a good mix of me trying to force myself against my ADHD. Okay, besties, I need to do my makeup. So let's talk about what I'm gonna read first. Also, can we please all ignore the zit? I was literally just saying to Riley the other day, I don't really get zits anymore. And then one popped up in a spot that I've never had one. So I think the first thing that I'm gonna pick up is The Murders of Molly Southbourne because this is a horror novella. And so hopefully it will go very quickly. And it's only 117 pages. That's not too long at all. It's reading time, baby. My ADHD is not looking forward to this.
Okay, so our first book, The Murders of Molly Southbourne, is about this girl named Molly. And every time she bleeds, a clone shows up and tries to kill her. So her parents raise her on this remote farm. But as she gets older, she keeps questioning things. And she's like, why am I like this? What's going on? And so she pursues answers to the mystery.
The time is currently 11:21, so it's been an hour and 20 minutes. And I feel like, considering I did my makeup and ate breakfast, I think being on page 42 is good. It's good. I would just be happy if I read at least 3 novellas today. That's my goal, because 3 novellas would be over 300 pages. I have not physically read a book in a while. I'm just an audiobook bitch through and through. So far, I am enjoying this. It just got interesting. So Molly is starting to kind of rebel against her life on the farm. And at this point, she doesn't really fully understand why the other Molly show up when she's bleeding. And so I'm very curious to see like how her parents are involved in this because right now she's like a teenager. I also thought the way that it opened was really good because it opens in first person and then someone shows up and is like talking to the person who doesn't have any memories. And then she's like, I'm Molly Southbourne, and then starts telling the story. I will say, because I am reading novellas today, I might not be able to talk too in depth about the plots because I don't want to give any spoilers. Oh my god. Okay, I just finished. And I actually really liked this. I think if you're a fan of Orphan Black, you would like this. The second half of it moved really quickly. I absolutely love this. It needs to be a TV show. I like would kill for it to be a TV show. My only complaint is that towards the beginning, it was told in vignettes, and I already feel like a novella is a little short. So to then, on top of that, do vignettes, it felt a little bit like, I don't know, I just felt disjointed. I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. It wasn't like a perfect 5-star, but I'm gonna think about this for a long time. I really liked this.
All right, besties, our next book is Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke by Eric LaRocca. This is a story of 2 unhinged women that meet each other online and start talking through instant messenger, and a lot of hijinks ensue. Also, while I was reading this, all the pets wanted to sit with me. It was very cute.
I'm on page 52 out of 112, and this book has gotten weird very quickly. At first I was like, oh my god, cute sapphic romance, and then the further we got in the messages, the more I was like, oh, okay. I can't talk too much about what's going on in this because I feel like it would be spoilers. But things have definitely gotten worse since we last spoke. I'm really enjoying the writing style. Also, anything that involves like instant messenger just makes me feel nostalgic because it brings me back to when I was in high school and I used AIM. I'm also really enjoying the fact that this is being told through the perspective of it like being a court case, and that these are documents that we're reading with evidence of all the conversations between the two main characters, but there are parts that are omitted. So it kind of like leaves you wondering like what they were exactly talking about. I'm really thoroughly enjoying this so far. You know, mommy wants to take care of her girl. I'm not normally a squeamish person, but what's being described right now is not good. I don't think Zoe is matching Agnes's freak anymore.
No, this book is very fucked up.
Okay, I finished this, and this is simultaneously a 5-star and also one of the worst things I've ever read. It was so crazy towards the end.
Doing a little snack haul. I got hot fries.
And then I got something that was so unique to Texas. I've never seen it anywhere. It's called Big Time Crunch.
I guess they're just hot Cheetos.
And I got these trolley sour Burston crawlers, which I will say, thinking about eating these after I just read things have gotten worse since we last spoke.
Yeah, not the best pick.
I was really talking a big game to you, like, I don't ever get queasy. And then I read that part and I was like,
Okay, when you were saying that to me, I was like, okay, then we also got the best cookies in the world.
if you don't like them, you can fight us. These, for some reason, are very controversial amongst people.
Oh, when we were at the checkout, the guy was like, I'm obsessed with these.
No, I love them too. Maybe Texas is where everybody loves them.
Then we also got so much
Halloween
candy, which did we have to buy even more because Sarah ate a lot of it? Yeah, we did.
Have I already been eating a different bag? Yes.
Toxic waste slime liquor. Ew. Liquor.
Also, the picture is actually cursed. Like, I don't like that picture at all.
And I thought that when we get like really, really tired and we need
A
to be
boost?
shocked awake.
Oh, we also got some energy drinks.
Yeah, we do have energy drinks too.
Here's our pasta salad. It is like an Italian type one. It's got a lot of pepperoni in it. It's a little dry, but I like the flavors. Like the spices are good.
Okay, for this next book, I thought it would be cute to go sit by the pool because Riley's parents have a very nice backyard. And so I was just enjoying reading my little book, which was An Excellent Host by Chelsea G. Summers. This one is for all the unhinged girlies out there because we have not one, but 6 of them. And they are celebrating girl dinner by inviting a man over as a dinner guest. But he actually might be the dinner.
Okay. I finished An Excellent Host, and I really enjoyed this. I think I'm going to give it 4 stars. It was a little short for what it was, but I did like it. What can I say? I just love an unhinged woman, and this was multiple unhinged women. But I really liked the author's note at the end because she basically said listening to Taylor Swift's music is what inspired her to write this. She said many years ago she was ghosted by a man, and so she listened to 1989 and read on repeat, and then she thought of this story. So this was, I think, in total, including the author's note, this was 63 pages. So we can add that to the tally for today. It's time for book club. Riley and I are both gonna read Graveyard Shift. But she only has 1 copy, so I'm gonna physically read this and she's gonna listen to the audiobook. And I'm gonna be a little jealous of her listening to the audiobook because I have been physically reading so much today. But it's okay, because this is my is this my 4th book? Yes, it is!
Yeah.
Oh my god, she's like literary or whatever.
I mean,
I've been reading novellas.
they've been really small.
They've been really small. The last one was like 50 pages. Anyway, I'm excited to read this because this is ML Rio's new release. She's the author that wrote If We Were Villains, which I really enjoyed and gave 5 stars, and I think Riley did
Yeah,
as
love
well.
it. Yeah.
Hopefully we think it's the best book that we've ever read in our entire lives.
It could. It might.
It might not.
Okay, so Graveyard Shift is about these group of people who work at night, and they always meet in a graveyard to smoke their cigarettes. One night, there's something suspicious going on because suddenly there's a hole in the middle of the graveyard, and the issue is that no one has been buried in this cemetery for over 100 years. So our main characters want to get to the bottom of this and find out why is there a hole here, even though graveyards typically do have a lot of holes.
For chapter 1, I was struggling to like be invested.
My eyes are just straight up and like, what's going on?
I think I was just so focused on the fact that they think it's insane that there's a hole in the graveyard.
Right. I am quite jealous of your full cast narration. Because this writing style is tough physical. Like
Yeah.
my eyes are like, stay focused.
I also listened to If We Were Villains on audio,
Same.
and I thought that was a great audiobook.
Same.
The chapters are long. There's
Yeah,
not
they
that many.
are.
It also feels more apparent that you're struggling because the other books you read today, you were like,
Yeah, I was having a great time with the other books. At no point was I even like, oh, I can't pay attention. I was like, hate to break it, besties. I'm gonna do that. Because it's not that it's bad, it's that the audiobook is gonna be so much better.
yeah, it's full cast. It's
Yes.
really good.
The amount of FOMO that I'm having for the full cast is actually insane. I'm literally like white knuckling the armchair, like make it through. Like you saw me flipping the pages. I was like, how long is this chapter? Also, the sentences are long. They sometimes are like 3 lines of the text, like the way that it's printed.
Yeah. In the audiobook, that doesn't come across. You don't notice that. It just sounds
Like
really
it
good.
goes together. Yeah, no. So I definitely want to read it. So I think what I'm going to do is if I make it through most of the TBR that I brought with me, if there's enough time left in the 24 hours, as a little reward, I'm going to let myself listen to this audiobook, but I have to wait till the very end. But to add to the tally of pages that I've read, I got to page 33, so we can add that 33 pages to my total number.
You gave it a good try.
I did. I really tried. Okay, I'm gonna read Thornhedge next because I need to switch up the genres. I feel like I've been reading a lot of like horror thriller type things and I'm in the mood for cozy fantasy. So I'm gonna pick this up. Also treating myself to a little lie down. I'm gonna lay vertically while I read this because that's what she deserves. Vertically? Horizontally.
Okay, so Thornhedge is a Sleeping Beauty retelling, but unlike any that you've ever read before, because our main character is not the beautiful maiden who is sleeping, but actually the person who's guarding the tower. Her name is Toadling. She's a fae. She's stout. She's not pretty, and she can turn into a toad. One day a knight comes by, and he starts meddling. He's trying to get into the tower, and so she has to try and stop him. And they might even have a budding romance. Also, did I fall asleep when I started this? Maybe I did.
Okay, so I don't know what time it is. I put my phone down somewhere, but I'm on page 40. The issue that I'm having is that I ate all of those gummy worms that I showed you guys, and my stomach hurts really bad now. But so far, I like this. I like that it's kind of a unique take on the Sleeping Beauty tale, and I'm wondering a lot of things, because Toadling is sort of like protecting the tower. She made some comments about the girl in there. She's like, she can't get out, and I'm like, what did this girl do? What did Sleeping Beauty do? Is she bad? I don't know. And I also like the guy that she met so far. I think his name is Halim, but they met already. Oh, hi Murphy. Yo. This dog keeps trying to hit me. Don't really remember what I was saying, but I just keep wanting to sleep. I only slept for like 20 minutes earlier. I just want to snuggle up and go to bed. Also, I realized that I have probably read like maybe a little over 300 pages today. The way that I'm like, oh my god, I've read so many books, but they were all so short. I am enjoying this though. I am. I think this is giving 4-star vibes. Definitely leaning towards maybe being one of my favorite Tea Kingfishers that I've read. After this, I feel like I cannot read horizontally anymore or I will absolutely fall asleep for a long period of time.
I don't know how much
Just
is
a
too
little
much.
bit. Yeah, just a little bit. I don't like the looks of that.
I don't know. I'm scared.
It looks cursed.
Go on.
Not that sour.
I like it. Wait, it's hitting me in the jaw right here.
I can't do more of that. My stomach.
I'm just gonna do your stomach.
My stomach hurts.
I'm gonna do one more.
This is gonna be like your thing. How is 5 teaspoons 100 calories? That's crazy.
What's in this?
Oh, sugar. A lot of sugar.
Yeah, a lot of sugar. Corn syrup and red 40.
High fructose.
Dextrose. Citric acid.
Okay, now you're just listening to normal ingredients. Citric acid is fine. My tummy ache is so bad, yet I am being so brave. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
I got to the part where she says, I'm not exactly a fair maiden to be saved by a questing knight. It's not as if I'm beautiful. And he said, no, I know. I should say you are, because that would be chivalrous. But I'm not handsome either, and I'm not rich.
That's my favorite part. She's like, I'm uggo. You uggo.
I will say the way he was described, he wasn't described as being like ugly. She's been described as ugly.
She's ugly.
It's cute. I actually think this might be one of my favorite Tea Kingfishers that I've read.
Yay!
Yeah,
Oh my
I
god.
know. Okay, it's currently 1:03 a.m. and there's 8 hours and 31 minutes and 32 seconds left. I was gonna do a halfway check-in and then I just simply didn't. So here I am now to tell you how my reading's been going so far. Obviously, the first book I finished was The Murders of Molly Southbourne. I gave this 4 stars, probably like 4.5 stars if I did half stars. I really liked this. I needed to be a television show, like desperately. Then I finished Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke by Eric Roha. Do not know why I just said it that way. I'm also trying to be a little bit quiet because I think Riley went to sleep. I would get a little cheeky vlog clip of her sleeping, but she closed the bedroom door and I feel like if I open the door, the dogs will go crazy and start barking. So I won't do that, even though it would be funny, but I won't do it. Not gonna lie, I can't tell if my camera's in focus. I may have broken it. We won't talk about that right now. I don't remember what I was saying about this. Did I tell you my rating? This is like a 4 or 4.5 star. Then I DNF'd Graveyard Shift by Elma Rio because I'm gonna come back to this in audio. I don't actually think I'm gonna do it in this vlog like I said. don't think that's gonna happen, but one day I will come back to it. Out by the Pool, I read An Excellent Host by Chelsea G. Summers, and I really loved this. This is also like a 4-star. And then finally, I finished Thornhedge. I haven't really given you guys an update on this one, but I loved this. This is the first 5-star of this video. I loved it so much. As far as her like fantasy fairy tale retellings go, this is definitely my favorite. I just loved Toadling as a character. She was so cute. I loved her so much, and I loved the ending, and I think I'm actually gonna buy a copy of this because it was so cute. Now, did it take me honestly like over 5 hours to read it? Yeah, but it's because I am a strong warrior who had to deal with a tummy ache. And honestly, my tummy still doesn't feel that great, but I did eat some pasta salad earlier and I feel a little bit better now. So I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I think I might follow in Riley's footsteps and read, hold on a second. I think I might read The Haunting of Elkwood, because this is what Riley's reading right now and she's really enjoying it. And this is a little bit longer. I think this one is like 243 pages long. And so it's like, you know, still in the novella range, but a little bit longer, more of like a full novel. I think we're gonna get into this, see where we land. I'm also not gonna lay in the bed, because if I lay in the bed, I will fall asleep.
The Haunting of Velkwood is kind of like WandaVision, but make it more of like a thriller. Our main character is from a neighborhood that disappeared off the map over 20 years ago. No one knows why this happened, and everyone who was under this dome where the neighborhood existed now is a ghost. And it is a phenomenon, that's a hard word to say. Phenomenon? Chaperone? Anyone? At the start of the book, our main character is approached by a group that's trying to figure out what's going on, and they convince her to go inside the dome because she's one of the only people that can do that. And on top of all of this, there is kind of a sapphic romance going on in the background because her best friend from high school, one of the only other people that can go inside the dome, you know, they have something going on. They have a history.
I'm on page 3, but I want to sleep, but I can't. I have to keep reading. My tummy troubles have gotten worse. I won't expand on that, but they have gotten worse, and it was not great for me. I'm stronger than the troops. We had a fallen soldier, and the fallen soldier was me. I slept more than Riley. What's crazy is I normally go to bed between like 2 to 5 a.m. So the fact that like 2:30, I was like, what if I went to sleep? The 4 books that I finished, which we already talked about, and then I read part of Graveyard Shift, and then, not gonna lie, I physically read 4 pages of this, and I was getting really swoopy. So I did let myself listen to the audiobook of this. So I have actually listened to half of this, and can't lie, I think I'm gonna do enough. I just, I don't care. So I'm gonna put my final tally of the pages that I read on the screen. You might look at that and go, okay, loser, you read like 1 fantasy book in a day. And I'll be like, I'm sorry. I listen to audiobooks mostly. It's hard to read with these little eyes. Be sure to head on over to Riley's channel to watch her version of the video. I'll have it linked down in the description. And I thank you all so much for watching. You're all beautiful. Have a nice day.